Good evening and welcome to Realty Coffee Talk on Awaz Entertainment in Canada around the world. My name is Tahir Qurashi. I'm a fellow of Royal Institute of Canada, broker of record for City Pro Realty Inc. brokerage. Realty Coffee Talk goal is to increase awareness, building consumer confidence, and promoting connectivity and good ethics and professional practices while performing duties under the Act. Tonight's topic is art of negotiating. Since our topic is about real estate and what's happening in the marketplace is amazing. Last report that I shared with you in January, Toronto Regional Real Estate Board shows the minus listing of 44% in January 2022. So we're going to continue to have shortage of supply until we have system that delivers more units and supply is increased. Recently, the government of Ontario has received a task force report making 5 very important recommendations to cutting the red tape, expediting the approval process, creating more density, and also helping cities and municipalities that they're providing more. They will concentrate on more building more houses or high-rise buildings. We have immigration. We're expecting over 400,000 immigrants coming in. We are already short of 45 to 60,000 housing a year. And coupled with the shortage of supply, lack of production capacity of manufacturers, building material, and sometimes challenges with the labor, is creating more difficulty and bidding war in real estate. So if you are in the hunt for negotiating a deal, a purchase a home that provides shelter to your family, what step you would be thinking? When you go to the grocery, you buy a car, you know how many brands you check, how many models you check, you look at the color, the design, cost per month payments, you talk about insurance, maintenance, blah, blah, blah. But buying a house is 10 times bigger than a car. In fact, maybe 20 times, depending on what car you're buying. So that means you need to have a strategy, a negotiating strategy that give you a value. So what steps that you should be taking? When you're thinking of buying it, you can wear a thinking cap and develop that strategy. So who will be the right person before you negotiate a price for a home? You know, you need a lot of patience. You need to organize your activities. And you need to have some compromises, because you're not going to get everything you want in a house when there's a shortage of supply. So first step that you want to do is to hire a realtor or real estate professional. There are approximately 95,000 licensed registrars in the province of Ontario. When you hire a real estate professional, he or she will provide you a lot of feedback. And you are a center connecting point for a consumer, because they deal with lawyers, they deal with the mortgage agent, they deal with inspectors, with the lawyers and lenders and brokers, appraisers, environmental engineer, environmental assessment reports if you need it, depends what you are buying to buy. And surveyors, where to get a site plan approval or survey of the property. And then he will tell you what is the zoning is, what is the property taxes are, and you create a contingency plan. So you create a list of things, and it's part of the fiduciary duty of the real estate professional who is licensed in the province of Ontario to protect your interest. In most 9 out of 10 cases, the real estate professional who work with the buyer is get paid by the seller through the cooperating broker. But if you need the services of a realtor and there is no compensation coming from the listing brokerage or the seller, you may be better off to pay him because he can save you money. So also develop a strategy you have to develop is, what are my expectations? What are you're trying to achieve? What is my affordability? What can I afford? And then you go and connect them. You can use a real estate professional to help you to connect the dots, and he could be instrumental, a center point for you to connect with people. Then you need to develop a winning strategy. You have to think about the mind of the seller. What are they asking for? And don't go with the asking. You have to create a value proposition. Ask your realtor to create a comparable market analysis. And there are so many ways to do that. You have a CMA, comparative market analysis. You can use comparable. You can use cost approach. You can use assessed value approach. Many ways. And they can help together and get you the data. You may be able to collect data because there's a lot of data available right now. But to analyze it, what this really means to you, how it can benefit you, is depend who you are. I'm a fellow Royal Institute of Canada. You can call me, 416-451-3489. I and my team, we work across Ontario to help fellow citizens to get a beautiful home, a dream home that they want. We help them to prepare. Yesterday, I got an email from first-time home buyer, and he wrote a good details about what he expected and how he learned, how we help him. And it was a good feeling that he was very happy and that he accomplished that. He was a new immigrant and a first-time buyer. So he gave me a feedback, which is very good. The first thing is to get your financing in order. So once you have your financing in order, you are able to move forward. Because when you have financing in order, what happens is, let's say you put an offer through your realtor, real estate professional, and the seller will see, oh, there is a condition for financing. You can put a condition for financing, but you say, I'm a pre-approved, subject to the final approval, you may need 1 day. And sometime you put an offer with the condition, at the same time, you reach the lender and say, listen, I already submitted this offer. Can you please get me, especially first-time homeowner buyer who are putting 5% and below 20%, which is a conventional mortgage, loan to value. And therefore, they will need a approval from CMAC or other institution that are offering it. So the bank are able to get this. When you do a pre-approval, they already have all the information about you. And your real estate professional can help you and provide you all the information about the property sizes, square footage, when was this built, type of system they have, how good is your HVAC system, all that. So you already have that, because when he does the evaluation of your property, they can provide you the feedback. So you need to think about mind, that you're not going to think about what is the asking is, what is the really market value. That is based on most recent sale property. If you have a most recent in 1 week 3 property similar to you in the same demographic area, why would you list 200,000 less than a price 3 months ago? And this is the challenge that we have. We need, but it's legal. It is as directed by the seller, and then you have to make sure that you have listened to your real estate professional who provide you data, Geo Warehouse, MPAC report, MLS system. I am a member of Mississauga Real Estate Board, so MLS system, and also have a TRAB. I'm a member of TRAB and also have a TRAB data. So I can analyze both to make sure that I am giving a good opinion to my client. Now, once you have your financing order means you already have obtained a pre-approval, and you also know where the deposit is coming, and you are going to use this deposit to toward the purchase. The bank has already seen your evidence to support that. Now, what are the fundamental? How would you pursue a client, a seller, to buy your property? So first of all, you can ask your seller, your agent, to call the listing agent's agent and ask him, what kind of closing are they're looking for? How can I accommodate you in terms of your closing? What type of conditions, or if any, that you like to have? What kind of deposit are you looking for? Sometimes they disclose 5% deposit. Sometimes when you're buying and selling two properties, it's not possible because you already tied up your money and you're waiting for your house to close and then you are buying it. But these are the things that help you to prepare yourself when you're preparing an offer. Now, most important thing is know your market. This is why it's very important. Type of the property that you're looking, selection, location, and type of the market. Means, are you looking a particular location, a market area? And your realtor can assess that value based on your approval, that how much you can afford and what is going on, not what is on listed. Realtor.ca will have listing that shows this is in the market. And you know, based on the recent experience, if you have spoken to your realtor, that there are lots of property have sold to 200,000 or more beyond that because they are being underlisted. So therefore, you need to do two things. First, you have to get your real estate professional to create a CMA, comparative market analysis, to appraise a value of the area that you want to buy. That's number one. Second thing is what you can afford based on your approval, pre-approval, or assessed value. And that will help you where you can buy a property. You may not be able to buy in Toronto. Maybe you can buy in Brampton or Mississauga. You may have to go a little bit away from the city. But when you are evaluating this, in mortgage, I'm a principal broker of Canada Express Mortgage, license number 13241. We look at the know your client. That means financially, we like to look at the liabilities and income and asset and what they can afford in terms of their total debt service or GDS. Bank wants GDS to be 30% of total value, total income, gross income, or TDS about 42% of the total debt that you are carrying it to qualify you for a mortgage. And this includes all student loans, TDS, student loans, income tax, that all taxes, visa payment, car payment, student loans, everything included. That's total debt service is called 42% of the value to come with the assessed value. Now, when you are buying a property a little bit away from the city, then definitely you need more money because your car maintenance, you need a nice car, safe car. You'll be traveling, you'll be using gas, maybe insurance, and a lot of other amenities that you're looking for. You will be driving more. And these are the factors that you have to think about when you are choosing a location or market that you want to buy the property. Now, of course, inspection. You got to have inspection. Inspection doesn't tell you the appraised value. Inspection is to physically see the condition with your naked eye, what you can see about the property. If this property has a problems, or you can visualize, there's a window leaking or a roof is no good, furnace is going to run, has a limited life. You may have to replace the stove or fridge. Those are why when you do inspector, you hire inspector, he or she will do the inspection and give you an idea. Now, lots of people are putting unconditional offer, and they're going to face consequences when they go in if they have negotiated successfully. Sometimes they have a problem, they want to walk away from the deal. We did a seminar on the consequences of a failed real estate deal. That means you are obligated when you buy a property and you don't give a deposit, you're creating a problem for realtor as well as for yourself, because you are promising to execute and make commitment to put an offer. It doesn't matter you give the deposit or not. You better check your lawyer to get your opinion under Section 8 of Internal Regulation 580/5. Clause 8 talks about use of other professionals. So we always recommend lawyers and other professionals to provide your opinion about it. So now, when we are doing the inspection, you got to have a contingency funds. If you are not doing inspection and you're going in, that's why it's worth it. You're spending $500,000 to $1 million. If you're buying a first-time home buyer, then you are putting yourself risk. If you like a property, spend $300-400 and do the inspection. So if you want to remove the condition, do the inspection, get your pre-approval, and have a contingency fund. During the inspection, you will determine how much you're going to invest or renovate or improve when you walk in. Therefore, you are mentally prepared, and you have to create your budget. We're going to talk about that. We're going to take a short break and we can come back to you. You're watching Realty Coffee Talk on Awaz Entertainment in Canada, around the world. Welcome to Realty Coffee Talk on Awaz Entertainment in Canada, around the world. My name is Tahir. I'm your host. Tonight we're talking about the art of negotiation. The more you are prepared to conduct a negotiation, the better you are. You collect more data through your real estate professional than what seller has it. If they're lazy enough to put the low price, and you take the time, collect data, and you review them, analyze with your real estate professional, and you are well prepared, and you put in an offer as an educated and informed buyer, you have a better chances of success. You got the mortgage pre-approval, so you may take a one-day condition there, and during that time when it's being processed, you also pursue your approval to make sure you have a firm deal and you can remove the condition before even accepted. We did that. I just saw the email that came from one of my clients, first-time buyer, a new immigrant. And he says the checklist that I provided to him and the information about closing cost, and how we view the property, that information, because the information that is presented may not be accurate or complete. And what to look for the property when you are visiting the property, and how to analyze it, and understanding your budget, your leverage, how far can you go, arranging your down payment and also savings, and realigning RSP, whatever you want to use to put toward down payment. And he really liked that. He said the budget was the key factor that I created with them. And he repeated Excel, because I created a budget based on the information he provided. Being a mortgage principal broker, I was able to put that together for them, young couple. So they are able to see it. Their threshold was way lower. They went almost $250,000 more than what they were originally planning. But as they learn the process, they get more educated, because every time a list come low on the market, they think this is the house we get it. By the time they go home, the property is sold $100,000, $200,000 more than the list price. And this is why it's very, very important to collect data. And also you learn to say no. If the condition you are in and is not acceptable to you or cause some kind of injury or default or future problem, say no. Walk away from the deal. You don't need to be emotionally charged to go ahead and buy it property. Never estimate the power of truth, because when your real estate professional finds square footage, some MLS will show, okay, it's 1,500 to 2,000 square feet, but you don't buy a report. That's why realtor can buy a report for you, give you exact square footage that is reported in MPAC. Because our MLS system shows a range of square footage. And if every foot is costing you $450,000, then if you have 100 square feet times 100, you will be losing $40,000, or you're paying overpriced $400,000. So this is why it's very, very important to collect as much data that you have more data than the seller, and you are well prepared. And facts is facts: square footage, frontage, ceiling height, room sizes, property taxes. These are all facts about finished basement. Is it a legal basement, not legal basement? Is the separate entrance legal separate entrance or not separate entrance? Is in compliance to building code, safety code, and bylaws? Yes or no? These are all challenges. These are all risks. They come and fall part of your contingency plan. Always communicate your information through your realtor. Do not talk directly to the seller or selling agent. You have hired a real estate professional, work with them. And also prepare a closing cost in the beginning. Or real estate professional can calculate for you. If they don't, call me. My office number is 905-785-9923. I will tell you. It's easy. But for the sake of discussion purposes, not in Toronto, you can estimate about 2% of purchase price as a closing cost, approximately. But we can calculate, because law will give you the legal costs. There's a title insurance, there is a title registration, there is a mortgage charge, and also miscellaneous expenses, the legal fee, all for the registering your title, and also mortgage charge that is registered on behalf of the bank. They will also charge you. So you can easily estimate about 2%, which include land transfer tax. If you are in Toronto, you're going to have to pay second municipal land transfer tax, whereas everybody else pays Ontario land transfer tax. Lots of municipalities and mayors of the big city are seeking similar power that Toronto has to impose second land transfer tax, because they are hurting. Their infrastructure deficit is booming. We have a $3.5 billion infrastructure deficit in Mississauga. So this is why it's very challenging, and they need to come up with revenue. So this is why you have to think about it. Each city has a different taxes. So you have to, when you're buying a property, a real estate professional will give you taxes, and you can also consider them in your estimate. And also, you also look at it, so why the seller is moving? Why is selling it? If you're curious, there's nothing harm to ask. Maybe they're downsizing, they're relocating, whatever. It is, but don't ask directly. Ask through your realtor, because it could be that you can accommodate their moving dates. They want to go. It may help them to understand that, oh, they want to move because of job limitation, and you can accommodate their closing date, because that's very important for you. And it's a personal thing. You are putting your life online. This is the biggest decision, financial decision you and your family will be making to buying a house. So get to know the details, get involved every step of the way in the buying process. I have some buying process guideline. If you go to city-pro.net, go buying and click down, there's a buyer tips. It gives you many processes and explain you step by step how to get there. And all seller concession when you're trying to negotiate. Let's assume you did the review. You know the roof going to be replaced in 1 year. Your inspector tell you the window are leaking or they're not airtight. You're going to spend more time on energy. So you know that you have to do caulking or you may have to replace windows. You already know the furnace has only 1 year left. These are the costs that you're going to spend. Or dishwasher is not working or it's going to die on you, or washing and dryer is almost done. They're out. They're expensive. The old one, they're not cost efficient. These costs going to cost you. And then you share that information through your real estate professional with the seller's agent to make sure they understand that you are trying to seek some concession. So you also have, when you have a closing cost, so you have a closing cost. If your inspection has given you some idea about the renovation, you have to keep them in budget and contingency funds. And then also when you move in, you have closing cost, 2%. You may have to spend $25,000, $30,000 to fix the roof, because if you don't fix the roof, inside everything will collapse because of leakage. So it's important that you protect that. Now, the most important thing is appraisal. Appraisal is different than the home inspection. Home inspection is a physical condition of the property, and some use infrared cameras to look at the moisture behind the wall or any problem with the structurally. They will point out to you if they are visible. Some basements are fully covered. They can't see the crack unless some cracks or water penetration or moisture is coming out and is wetting the drywall, and then they can scan the moisture in the wall, or there's a humidity in the room, or some moisture or pollutant in the air. So there's so many ways the inspector can help you. But if there is a major cause that you didn't do inspection, your electrical panel needs to be checked to make sure that they're up to date in compliance to the safety standard. So these are the things that you have to look at them as a part of strategy. And I always said that if you want to make a deal, make sure you kind of helping seller to make sure he or she is convenient and want to work with you, because you are showing a goodwill gesture to them, accommodating their closing timing and date or whatever, and that help you. And also you making them understand that, okay, there's so much things to be done in the house, but we are accommodating you and we are giving you the offer. Now, never putting verbally, you always put your offer in writing. Do not expect that you will get everything that's shown on MLS or what is included, not included. Put everything included there, which are part of the house and channels. If you miss out, the seller will take out. This is why it's very important. And also, put your best offer forward. Because of low inventory right now, in January 2022, there was a 44% less inventory. Therefore, you may have only one chance. And I've seen the email coming from realtors. There are so many offers registered. Please put the best offer. You may not have a chance to rebid. So that means some people, they ask you deposit. And I have one of our broker, he has deposit and he got the deal. And even though he was not presenting a higher price, the offer was lower, but there were 9 or 10 offers, and he got it because he has a bank draft with him. But it costs money to create a bank draft, but sometimes you take chances because you're serious about a property. And I mentioned that how seriously are you to buy a particular property? Is it convenience? Is a school, access to medical, hospital, fireplace, community center? These are the priorities, part of your strategy, that you want to buy a particular property in a particular location, and therefore you are able to negotiate that, and you put your best offer forward, and you accommodate the seller's need. You try to go to the seller's mind based on the data that is available in MLS, because you're looking at realtor.ca and you're working with your real estate professional. Information is there. Therefore, you put the best forward. And the bottom line, learn to walk away. Don't be afraid. If you cannot make sense, if the offer doesn't make any sense, walk away. That will be part and parcel with your strategy. You already have your budget. You already have your down payment. You already have your approximate closing cost. You know how much money you are borrowing. You already have your monthly expenses that take care of your needs of your family over and above the mortgage and taxes, property taxes. You have to pay utilities, maintenance. You have a car, insurance, maybe 2 cars, insurance. You also have children going to higher school or universities. You have to pay them, helping them, logistics, school fees. We all parents support our kids to go for higher education. So you have prepared your strategy and the budget, everything is prepared. And you got all the tools, all the information you need to go aggressively, negotiate. And you're not going to get anything unless you put in writing. So do not go verbal commitment. Even though you may be able to obtain information and feel the guy through seller agent, but ethically, nobody can tell you anything what the seller will accept, regardless whether they listed an appropriate price or below market value. Your real estate professional is the key for you to help you negotiate the deal, and he help you prepare and develop your strategy to make sure you achieve success. You are watching Realty Coffee Talk on Awaz Entertainment. We have a special advertising package for you from Awaz Entertainment. You can call 416-786-9809 and ask for Ms. Jabeen. She has offered a special package for you. If you have a 30-second video and you want to advertise on Awaz Entertainment and you are a viewer of Realty Coffee Talk, you only pay $500 plus HST, and your advertisement will run for 10 times a day for 30 days. And this is only available to the subscriber of Realty Coffee Talk. Otherwise, you will be paying $1,000 plus HST. So you are watching Realty Coffee Talk on Awaz Entertainment. I like you to visit realtycoffeetalk.com and subscribe all my YouTube channel, so you can watch all episodes that have been aired on Awaz Entertainment in Canada, around the world. Thank you for watching. I look forward to seeing you on next Thursday at 7 p.m. If you have any questions, feel free to call 416-451-3489. Thank you. May God bless you all. May God bless Canada. Thank you. Bye for now.